Hello everyone, Mugiwawa here and still on the beginning of his indie game dev journey. So today I would like to share with you guys a game, an instance match I have done while playtesting my game, and I was willing to share it with you so you can have an idea of what a PvP game of Infinite Muneris can look like. Bear in mind that it has been played on my only months old prototype. Once again, I'm only focusing on the game design aspect and building the architecture of the game. Like the visual aspect are not like super far from final. It's just to make it like playable and functional. So keep that in mind while you're watching and let's dive into the game. So we have two teams facing each other. There is one team that is based on Chimera and Binary, the blue team. And that mostly like trying to apply a little bit of poison and also trying to place the enemy agents so they are around Chimera. So Chimera can apply its passive and also his ultimate, Corner Beast, that is like very strong because the damage is based on the number of units that is around Chimera. And then in the enemy team we have a team composed of Kane, Grayson, Binary and Janna. And so the idea is that Binary is here to be able to move someone out of position with Grayson too, and Kane is there to deal damage, mostly with his vicious strike that deal double damage if the enemy agent is kind of alone on the board, that no one is around him. And so here we're at the beginning of the game where both teams are placing their obstacles and then they deploy their agent. So the red team is going to play first because they have the highest tactic in the game. And so they're placing their obstacle first and their agent first. And then after, it will be the blue team that will place their agent. As we can see here, deploy agent ally. So at the beginning, we can try to kind of place people on the right, but I finally decided to put the people more on the left of the board because it seems more open than the right side, and I need place so I can put people around the Chimera. And so once the placement is over, we can start the combat. So here we can see that Grayson has the passive with the +1 mobility, and we have also like Janna that kind of absorb the malus of the nearby ally. So here we have Binary that just move, and with his passive it like grab any people that are next, any agent that are aligned with him. And then with the Motricity takeover come close, then we use the Grayson to move even more the Kyoma. So that's really like the goal of this team, is to grab an enemy agent and just like stop him, like make him in alone and super away from the rest of his team. And so here we use something that is called the gravity field, that is the Grayson, one of the Grayson power. So we can like limit the mobility of the enemy team because each cell, up to 2 cells from it, costs 2 mobility to be able to move through. And so here like we completely like block Kyoma so he can't go away, and we like focus him with the vicious strike that does a lot of damage. So like first turn, like Kyoma already lost like 200 HP and he's very away from the team. So let's see how the ally team, the blue team, is going to react. So here we kind of want to be able to save the Kyoma, and so for that we are going to send the Chimera there, and by the position with all the people adjacent to Kyoma we can like actually apply poison on everyone. And by applying poison onto everyone we activate the powers of Kyoma. For instance, here we have like the virus spread that can apply weakness to every poison agent, and the poison agents are only like the enemy team. And then we can also deal damage with the second spell of Kyoma that will deal like usually 12 damage, virus contamination. It deals 12 damage to weakened or poison agent. But since Kyoma have a passive that make Kyoma's power deal 15 more damage on agents that are poisoned or weakened. And so here we can see that we deal like 27 to every single agent of the enemy team. Now we're going to try to like free a little bit Kyoma. Will not be like super successful. We send Grayson away a little bit and try to make him away from the enemy team. And since we apply a little bit of weakness, now we can do a core hacking. So we remove one action of Grayson. So that way there is like one less teleportation movement tool available for the next turn. But here we can see that I don't want to put Kyoma too far away. And the gravity field is kind of like stopping Kyoma to get very far. And so I decided to let Kyoma next to Chimera to try to make it like harder for the Cane to have the bonus damage of the Vicious Strike. So here we have like the poison that triggered, and then we have like the Janna that's still the bonus of the malus of all the other characters. And we decided to just like push the Chimera away, so that way the Kyoma is once again alone, and so it will be easier to focus. And we just try to find out like the best way to once again deal the maximum amount of damage. And so we use the passive. Can also have a passive when he moves. At the end of his movement, he deals damage. And now we do again like the Vicious Strike, and the Kyoma is only at 63 HP. So at the end of turn 2, like the Kyoma is almost dead. So we're thinking a bit about what we are going to do with Grayson. Probably gonna just like send the binary away, so it's like far away from the action. And we're trying like to limit the possibility for Kyoma to go away as well. Because the idea will be to like finish Kyoma next turn. So there is like the passive of binary that deals 25 damage to weaken enemy. And we kind of still want to protect the Kyoma, so we use the invulnerability perk on the Kyoma, so that way like Kyoma can't be killed next turn. And so we have like one more full turn of Kyoma, so we can like benefit from that. And here we are going to try to once again try to apply poison on everyone in the enemy team. And so we are going to move the Kyoma away. That way we free the position of where Kyoma is for the Chimera. So Chimera can charge in and then can use a spell that deals damage to itself to gain regen, to trigger its own passive, Venomous Blood, that apply like poison 5 to every single adjacent agent. So that way we can apply like a lot of poison onto everyone. And so now we are using like the Virus Contamination, 27 to every single agent of the enemy team. And so we can see like that the red team already taken like a lot of damage, like two very aggressive team. And now we finish the turn by moving Chimera on top of the gravity field to destroy it. That's how you destroy objects in Infinite Muneris. You have to walk on top of them if they're walkable. And so, like beginning of the red team, once again the poison triggers. Kyoma is not killable because he has like invulnerability on it, and so we're using lethargy. So even if Kyoma stays alive one more turn, as we can see, like Kyoma deal a lot of damage to almost everyone in the enemy team, and so this is why we're using lethargy on it. So he has only one action, so the amount of damage he will be able to dish the next turn won't be that much. And now we can see like what binary is used for in this team combined with Grayson. So we managed to bring the enemy binary close to the Cane and far away from the enemy agent. Here we can see that the Kyoma is 3 cells away, so the Vicious Strike will do maximum damage. And that way we can like shift the target to binary. The target wasn't Chimera because Chimera already have like 28 regen, so it's very hard to kill. And the next turn we will have to finish Kyoma, so it's not like the right target to focus on afterwards. So here we just deal maximum damage to the enemy binary. And we kept our ultimates for the red team, but the blue team now has an ultimate available. And so here like there is a place, so we try to place as many people as possible around the Chimera, so its ultimate is very powerful. So here we can see like the corner beast will do 108 to 3 characters, so more than 300 damage from one spell because of the good positioning. And with the second action, with the last action, we just like apply poison onto everyone, and then we use Kyoma to deal 27 more to every single character and finish off Janna. So there is the first kill. The blue team take the lead, and we try to send Kyoma away from the binary, from the Kane. So probably he's going to die, but we're trying to make it as costly as possible for the enemy team. So it takes time for them to kill the Kyoma. So, beginning of turn 4 for the red team. We almost at the half of the game, and so we're using the ultimate of Grayson because it deals like exactly 63 damage and Kyoma has 63 health. So that way we managed to kill Kyoma, and now the red team is on the lead. And we are going to try to focus as much as we can on the enemy binary. As we have said, like now the Chimera have 42 regen, is very strong. We use the Crescent to put the Chimera away. We're trying to protect our Kane as much as we can, because Kane is our main source of damage. And if we lose our Kane, it will be very hard to finish this binary off. So we're trying to protect it as much as we can. That's why we place like binary in position between the enemy Chimera and our Kane. Now we're thinking about what we are going to do with the binary, and I think we'll end up deciding to go with the maximum damage onto the enemy binary. And the idea is like try to make the binary low enough so next turn I can use my Kane ultimate. And so here I'm using my ultimate perks because like the enemy binary is the only one to still have an ultimate. Kyoma is already dead, so better use it right now. It's not like needed because like the ultimate gauge is not like full, but might as well do it. And so now we're kind of trying to figure out how we can kill the enemy Kane and the binary. Like the binary was very low, I didn't notice that. So here we done like one charge and then we go further away, because if you charge 3 or more cell, you double the damage of the charge. And that way, no binary is only at 16 health, and binary have 10 poison, and Chimera has a spell to apply 8 poison. So Chimera is going to apply 8 poison in the end, so it will be enough to kill the binary with 18 damage at the beginning of the turn. And here we're like removing action to the Kane. As we can see, like Kane only have like one action now by using the core hacking, and so it makes it like kind of tough now to be able to put this binary into like Kane ultimate range. The Kane ultimate range is 61, so we need the binary to be below 61. So here we can see like it's at 69, 8 more damage. Fortunately, the 2 action of Grayson will be enough to make that happen. It's close, but enough. And why it's very interesting, because that way we also heal Kane for 61 health. Because like if we kill the binary here, like we won't be able to kill the Chimera in the last remaining 3 turns. But if we manage to keep everyone alive, then the red team will win. As we can see here, now we have 8 points against 5. The red team once again in the lead. And here, like, the idea will be like for the blue team, they will try to kill Kane, because if they kill Kane, it's 4 more points and they will win 9-8. And Kane is already like well bruised. And for the red team, because they won't be able to kill Chimera, it's only 3 turns. And all the regen that Chimera has, it will be to try to make their Chimera stay, their Kane stay alive. And so we can see that there is still like a sprint available for the blue team, a route available for the red team. Here we have Kane that took like 37 damage, and there is like 2 more turns at least. So those 37 is 74. So if Kane stay alive, well, doesn't take any more damage, he will survive. And so here I was trying to attack at, oh, I forgot. Like there is the Chimera's passive. When he take damage, he apply poison. So no, 42 poison. I need to be careful because now it's pretty close. And so here we're going to try to put the Chimera far away. So he's not in position to attack our Kane, and we apply a root on the Chimera, so Chimera is not able to move. Fortunately for the blue player, they have a sprint, so they can get a move action, and with this move action they have just enough reach to use the charge and be able to apply like more poison onto the Kane. And since there is like no healing possibility, now there is enough poison on Kane, so he will die in 2 turns. And yeah, unfortunately there is nothing that the red team can do at this point. They will just have to accept their loss. Trying to figure out if there was a solution, sending once again the Chimera away, trying to protect as much as they can the Kane, but the Kane already like have 58 poison. There is no cleanse available, no heal available. So at the beginning of the last turn of the red team, Kane is going to die, and that will make the score 9-8. So it's just like trying to apply as much damage as it can. No ultimate to be used. Position, beginning of the turn, the poison tick. It's the end of the Kane. Blue team once again managed to catch back, and I don't see like the red team can't do like 522 damage to the Chimera, so it's just like enjoying a little bit of like playtime, but not much more. And here we're entering the final half turn of the game, and we'll see just Chimera enjoying her life by doing like a few Taurus charge and such to deal maximum amount of damage, because applying poison have no need at that moment. And so finally, this is the end of that's the win of the ally team. And so I hope you enjoyed the game. It was a very close one. I think like maybe they could have like turned differently if like the Kane managed to get a better positioning, and if also like didn't find the last line of sight. But that was like I think an interesting game. You can see also like the mobility aspect of Infinite Muneris that is very important, and also the way of like you need to like keep your resources as the game goes on. And it's not because like you start badly, like here like the Kyoma was half HP at the end of turn 1, but the blue 2 managed to make a comeback and finally win the game. So thank you everyone for like following this video. I hope you all have a good day or good evening depending on the time of the day, and see you soon.